This is Val d'Isère Skiing and Snowboarding for the Atari Jaguar. I'm sure I'm not saying the title correctly, so I just call it the Valley of Desire Skiing and Snowboarding. But really, the important part of the game's title is the skiing and snowboarding part, because that is what you do, ski and or snowboard, presumably down a mountain, though you rarely get the sensation that you're speeding downhill, because the action is very horizontally oriented. But what the game lacks in verticality, it makes up for with speed and crazy undulations. Val d'Isère was originally a Super Nintendo game known as Skiing and Snowboarding Tommy Moe's Winter Extreme in North America, Val d'Isère Championship in Europe, and Ski Paradise with Snowboard in Japan. This Jaguar title isn't an exact port of the SNES game, but the small and repetitive sprites betray its 16-bit origins. And while there are many different slopes to ski, the lack of variety in the environments gives everything a feeling of white, snowy sameness. But the sheer velocity of the game doesn't give you much time to enjoy the scenery anyway. There's 3 game modes in Val d'Isère: Training, Compete, and Freeride. Training offers slalom, giant slalom, and downhill race events across 4 different slopes. Compete mode gives you a limited amount of tries to progress through 4 championships. And Freeride takes you across the mountain in checkpoint races, which get more difficult as you unlock more parts of the mountain. The checkpoints can be annoying because it's not enough to reach them in time. You actually have to make sure to go through the gate, or else it's considered a missed checkpoint. And the courses get pretty long, so missing a gate far down the mountain will give you a case of aggravated exasperation. As the game's title implies, you have the choice of skiing or snowboarding, though I notice little or no difference in handling between the two. On certain courses you'll encounter bonus items like speed boost or shield, but mainly all you have to worry about are the game's simple controls, which are similar to a driving game, in that you have a button for acceleration and one for deceleration or braking. In addition, you can jump, which isn't used for trick points, but rather to leap over muddy spots on the mountain that will slow you down, or other obstacles. The final control is the Mega Turn, which when used makes your character turn very sharply, though I use this sparingly, cause the control in Val d'Isère is good, but it's usually about making small steering adjustments rather than sharp turns, because when the slope curves, your character tends to automatically follow it a little bit, so you frequently kind of have to go against your normal instinct to really turn hard, and instead just go with the flow and move tiny amounts to stay on course. As I've mentioned, and as you can see, this game moves pretty fast, and with the sometimes huge undulations in the snow, it can get pretty disorienting. This can lead to some frustration, especially on a slope you're not familiar with yet, because you can't always see what's coming, whether it's the next gate on a slalom race, or a rock waiting to kill you, or whatever. And there's a lot of stuff that can hurt you, like trees or outcroppings of ice or a herd of skiers. But if you can get past the frustration, there is quite an exciting game waiting for you. For all the moments of pain you'll have when hitting a tree because you couldn't see it, there are truly thrilling moments when you narrowly miss an obstacle with a last-second move. Val d'Isère is kind of a mixed bag in that way. It's a tough game and it can feel cheap at times, but if your tolerance for frustrating crap is high enough, you will get to enjoy some intense gaming moments. It's not one of my top-tier Jaguar games, but I do like it, and to describe it blandly, I think it's good. And fine and nice.
Oh man, the Valley of Desire. Snow. Oh my, a lady.